It is time to skip the BS. It is time for Undisputed. Time to hit us up with your opinions of ours at hashtag Undisputed Live. Fire away. Time for me to introduce my sparring partners and infamous cowboy haters, Keyshawn Johnson and Richard Sherman, who are still basking in the glory of 49ers 42-10. Happy gloating to you both this morning.
It's a beautiful day, Skip.
It is a beautiful day.
See, you start off the morning with the hate.
Yeah, negativity.
Just had to push your button. And by the way, I still have mad cowboy disease, which I suffered on Sunday night and won't get over until next Monday night when we will triumph over the team that plays out here.
Is it contagious?
Yeah, it is contagious, but we all got it. But speaking of the Cowboys, Micah Parsons did a whole lot of speaking again yesterday. This on his podcast, The Edge on Bleacher Report. Micah was not happy with the F Dallas t-shirt that George Kittle wore under his jersey Sunday night and flashed late in the game, then posted a shot up on Instagram. Here's what Micah said about Kittle's t-shirt.
You know, George Kittle had 3 touchdowns on us, and he posted this thing to IG. And I always have this expression, and we're going to look at this, you know, he said F Dallas. Yeah. You know, I just feel like he's making it way more personal than it had to be. And, you know, Kittle's my guy. But I'm going to say this, laugh now, cry later. We got something for that. Just trust. Just trust. If we see them again, just trust. Laugh now, cry later. And we're going to put it just like that. I ain't going to put too much on it. You're going to make it personal, we can make it personal.
Richard Sherman already laughing at Micah Parsons. Richard, your reaction to Micah's reaction to Kittle?
It doesn't make sense, Skip. It doesn't make sense. This man, you had every opportunity, 60-minute ball game the other night to make it personal, to make your point, to sit there and say, hey, it's on site. Guess what happens on site? You had zero statistical. There was nothing on the stat sheet from him. He had 2 quarterback pressures in the game. Like, you had a chance to make the impact. You had a chance to stop him. You had a chance to hit Brock Purdy. You had a chance to go against Trent Williams before the game. You're sitting there hugging him up. I have not hugged the receiver that I'm going against before the game and said, hey, we about to go at it.
That's a good point.
And I got friends. I'm friends with Larry Fitzgerald, was friends with a lot of guys in the National Football League. Before the game, we're going to look at each other. Hey, I'll see you over there. You know what I mean? We'll hug after the game after we go through it. But we were real dogs out there. Like, for you to say that after a game that you just got dog walked, I don't get it. You're saying, hey, wait till next time. What happened this time? Now you're angry after the game. After the game is over, after you're licking your wounds, and you're sitting there saying, hey, Kittle, you had 3 touchdowns, and you posting the F Dallas shirt. It's personal? He said F Dallas. He didn't say F Micah Parsons. That would be personal. Now, he personally was in your face, putting his hands on you all game long. So you could say what you want, but he was there. He has no problem taking it personal and you saying, oh, I'm going to make it personal. I'm going to do something to you. He was there in your face. He didn't do nothing.
You know, it's so funny, Skip. We always have these conversations about something with an NFL player saying something or some athlete saying something, and we take it and we stretch it and we turn it into something even more because it's the news. It's the news of the day, so to speak. When I look at what Micah Parsons said, the personal stuff, he can miss me with that. Mm-hmm. He had an opportunity, much like Richard said, to address those issues on a Sunday night. He failed to do so. He didn't show up well at all. He had 1 tackle, 3 combined tackles. 2 of them were assists, basically. Yeah. Where you're touching a guy, you piling on, you JOPing, you're jumping on the pop. You did not bring anything to the party the way you did the first 4 games. Forget his personal statistics. Forget that. Here's what I will say. If he's convicted and he really believes the next time, if in fact you are so lucky to see the San Francisco 49ers that you're going to make them eat their words, I'm okay with that. And here's why I'm okay with that, Skip. You know how I am. I'll point to things in my history, in my past, in my memory. I remember losing to the Philadelphia Eagles prior to, in a regular season, similar to the 49ers, we didn't get 42 hung on us. We still lost convincingly where Philadelphia had our number, just like the 49ers had a Cowboys number. And walking off the field, it's a famous clip. Derek Brooks, 55, turned to the Philadelphia Eagles fans and their players walking off. He said, "We'll be back. Just remember, we will be back." We saw him in the NFC Championship game, and we smacked him, and we took care of business, and we went on to win.
You did that in Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia.
Yeah, and how did Derek Brooks play in that game?
He got the gold jacket. He played lights out. Okay, so if you really believe that, then just say that. Say, "We'll see you again." You don't need to go into, because it's not personal. It's just, he has a T-shirt on that says, F Dallas. That's what the T-shirt says. It doesn't, like you said, Richard, it has nothing to do with you personally. He's just talking about the team, the city, whatever you want to call it. And I understand you play there, but it's not a personal attack on you at all. Now you got a chance to take care of business against the Chargers. If you do that, then you're headed in the right direction to see him again. And if you don't, Skippy, it's going to be in trouble.
Here's the problem. By the time George Kittle flashed his T-shirt, it was 42-10 home team. 49ers 42, Dallas 10. And in some ways, it didn't even feel that close. And I'm going to say what I said about Micah Parsons before this year started. I told playmaker Michael Irvin this. He agreed with me. This was supposed to be Micah's year to graduate into the leadership position in that locker room, to become the Derek Brooks that you guys had back in 2002. A good friend of mine, Derek Brooks, I know him inside and out. He's as quality and as tough a human as there ever were made by God above. And I wanted Micah to become that force for this team, because he is the best potential player on this team. He's better than the quarterback. He's better than the receiver. He's better than the running back. He's better than anybody on defense. He has to be the man for this team to go places. And it was time in your year number 3 for you to step up and show new maturity as the spokesman for the team and the driving force for the team when it really mattered the most. It mattered the most on Sunday night. It was a statement game for one team or the other. It doesn't end the season or begin the season for either team, but it was a statement game, as you guys have pointed out again and again, and just rubbed my nose in it. But my problem with Micah Parsons is you have to back it up before you talk it. You have to show it before you speak it. You have to do it. He wants to become a media star before he becomes an on-the-field star. And that was a stars game on Sunday night. That's where you rise and shine on Sunday Night Football, and you show the NFL world, I'm that dude. I'm better than they are. I'm better than Trent Williams is. I'm better than anybody. I'm better than Brock Purdy is. I can make Brock Purdy look even smaller than he is. No. That's 3 times, Micah Parsons, you have played this team. 2 playoff games and 1 big statement stage game on Sunday Night Football. And I'm looking at your stats, and you have 0 sacks in 3 games. Big 0 sacks. The other night, after you had gone 9 straight games with 5+ pressures a game, 5+, you had 2 pressures. 2. Well, 2. I got a sidekick here. Is echoing all. Yeah.
Just here so I don't get behind.
Right. I'm looking at your total tackles. You have 5 solo tackles in 3 games. It's not good enough. It's not enough for you then to go speak on your podcast. You look like a little kid on your podcast trying to think of controversial things to say. Let's see. I got to fire back at George Kittle. I'll say it's personal, and I'll say trust what's going to happen next. Again, we've heard all your talk now for weeks on end. You got to go. You got to do it first before you speak.